Good morning, everybody. Alright, guys. After 00, it's time to get back on trail. Yeah, clearly somebody needs to clean the windows on the outside. But it's raining. It would be done by now. But it's not. And that's okay. So, I am here in Carlisle. I took 2 days off. And just had my waffle and chicken. Fried chicken. Chicken and waffles is what I had for breakfast. And so I'm gonna leave here, and I'm walking to Duncannon. I have to pick up a brace for my ankle there. I had it shipped there. It would be here. It would come in today, and I wasn't gonna stay here a third day. It killed me to sit here yesterday. You sit here and you think, and you get in your head. You're sitting here, and I was talking to one of my friends this morning, and she was through hiking this year, and she got hurt. She had to get off. And I was telling her it was just not fun. I mean, when I started, it was fun, and hiking itself is fun, and being out here is fun. But right now, where I'm at, it's just not fun, I don't know if that's just because I'm hurting, or if it's because all of a sudden I get out here and there's no views. When I left, I could still see through the trees, and I could still see stuff. At least when I did look up, there was something to see. Now I look up and it's just a wall of green. She said that. I said, I said it's getting boring. And I went through that when I was in Grayson Highland. I've listened to books. Listened to lecture series on Civil War. I listened to another book about World War II. In honor of Juneteenth, I read Bound for Canaan. It's a story about the Underground Railroad, and just put a lot of facts together. And he had he had put together a lot of historical accounts, and that was a really good book. And then so I was like, well, I'm tired of learning. Learned a lot, a lot. I'm not tired of learning. I shouldn't say that. I'm not tired of learning. But I haven't been learning all kinds of stuff. So I downloaded the new, well, it's not new, but it's new to me, the Hunger Games book. Georgia told me about that one. So I did download that. I downloaded that before I even got in here, and I started listening to that. So I think, maybe I'll listen to some just listen to some fiction books, for a little bit. The nerd in me nerded out on history for, for some miles. But, I get where that mental comes into play, and they tell you, don't let it become work. But it does feel like work being out here. It does. Like, I feel like I'm coming off of a weekend and it's Monday and I gotta go back to work and it's Monday and it's raining and it's bad enough I have to go out there in the rain and do this, but it's not like I get to kiss my wife goodbye and work all day in the hopes and with the thought of coming home and kissing her good evening baby, you know. It's just, it doesn't feel like work here. But at the end of the day, I want that through hike. I want the through hike tag. Like, I just want to be able to say a through hike to Big 3. And I don't know why I need to, or why I would want to be able to say that, or need. But I have a need for that, you know. It's hard being out here. My son has asked me, God, he's asked me so many times now to come home. He's ready for me to come home now. Been out here long enough, been gone long enough now. You've been out in the woods and played long enough now. It's time to come home. And it's so funny. That hits my heart. Reminds me of my grandma. It's like when I got out of the Navy and I didn't move home, back home to North Carolina, I stayed in Virginia. Been there for a couple of years. My grandma looked at me and she was on the phone with me. And she said, it's time to come home now. You stayed up there and played for too long. You ain't got no reason to be there. It's time to come home. That's what it reminded me of. My grandma telling me to come home. Everything in me wants to go home. I'm not even gonna lie. I just want to go home. I'm going to my son. I'm going to my dog. My other dog. My other dog. My cat just is walking around the house, just crying. She's upstairs walking around just crying. There's no reason why she'd be doing it. She only does that when she wants me to come down and play with her. She hasn't done that yet. She started doing that. Everything. So yeah, it's hard. You know. So yeah, I want to go home. I don't want to be out here. But and I don't have to be out here. But I want that through hike. And I'm just like, well, you're already this far. You already done this much. You already put yourself through this much pain and suffering. Like, God knows I don't want to have to repeat it, honey. Honey, I don't want to have to repeat it. I don't want to have to go through this again. And something my son said. We were on the phone and I told him, I said, well, I promised your mom, I won't do another through hike, until after you graduate. And he looks at, or he says on the phone, he goes, no, you can't do it then because your mom will be here by herself. And he's right, If I don't get it now and I wait and get it later, then I'm going to put my wife being home alone. So it's like, it's now or never. I mean, and that's not necessarily true, you know. It's not like, you know, it's not like my wife would be like, that's not a reason for you not to do a through hike. But me, my sons, we don't like the idea of leaving her there by herself, you know. So, gotta suck it up. And if I want it, this is when I gotta get it. So, I don't even know why I want it. I know what my wife or why I went out there, you know. And then I'm thinking, you know, it's something. Coach Royce used to look at me and he'd say, did you leave everything out there? Did you leave everything on the track? Did you leave everything on the field? Did you leave everything on the course? And no, I haven't given it my all, you know. I haven't left everything on the trail. So yeah, I put on my shoes, put on my pack. You get on out there, cause I ain't gave them all yet. He would say, you gave it your all. You ain't got nothing to be ashamed of. If you gave it your all, then you did everything you could do. Don't worry about it. And so I gave him all, so I'm gonna go out there and do it. But it's not fun. I don't find it enjoyable. Not right now. I haven't found it enjoyable. Since I've been back out here, I haven't found it enjoyable. Maybe it's because it's been. Maybe it's because it's been. Janet said, you get out of Pennsylvania, honey, you'll go there and enjoy it again. So, maybe it would, or the joy will go back. Excuse me. But I ain't quitting. Y'all thought I was about to sit here and tell y'all how I'm going to go home. Nah, I'm just keeping it real with you. I ain't going home. And I'm being honest. It ain't fun. It hurts now. Like, it ain't never hurt before, but it actually physically hurts. It ain't fun though, folks. It ain't fun. It ain't. Let me say this in non-country terms. It isn't fun at all. Well, man, just walking. That'd be a cool house to own. Excuse me. It's been raining all morning and all day. It's 2 o'clock, I think. And I'm just walking, headed to Duncannon. I don't even know how far I walked. So I'm just doing my thing and walking. Feet don't hurt too bad. I can tell walking in that extra look at them purple flowers, ain't they pretty? Walking in with that extra liner in there. Messes with the zero drop, but it ain't too bad. But then again, this section ain't been bad. Look at that weather. It's funny, because I was coming and there was this building and it had like a little overhang with some tables. And I come out from over the bridge and I swear there was like 20 hikers there. And everybody keeps telling me there was like 20 hikers behind me. And that there was a little bubble behind me. But I never seen them. But I seen a whole bunch of them sitting at that little building. I asked them if they were just sitting there resting, and they said yeah. And I said okay, and kept going. Wasn't no point in stopping. But I'm like, wow. Found the bubble. Found the bubble. Alright. You know, when I do like this, it's supposed to take a picture. I guess I gotta be actually in photo mode, not video. So you guys are standing there, right? And I took a picture, and I have to cross the road, you know. And I'm crossing the road, and I'm, oh look, there's a deer. Wow, there's a deer back there just jumping through the field. I don't even know if y'all can see it. Oh man, let's see if y'all can. It's going all the way. It's way back there. It's gone now, I guess. I'm sorry. So I'm coming down into this field, right? And I looked and I seen somebody coming, you know, it's the mailman. And he stops and he yells, hey, and they'll turn around and I'm like, you know, I took my earpiece out and I'm like, what was that, you know? And he says, you want something cold to drink? And I'm like, why, yes. He said, Mountain Dew or Gatorade? And I got a Mountain Dew in the back, so I was like, Gatorade. So look what I got. Ah, and it's my favorite color too, blue. Blue Gatorade is my favorite. Oh, thank you, Trail. Thank you. Ah. Yeah. That made me smile. One of the things I said I was coming out here for is to have faith in the human spirit and humanity. And I see it and get it all the time. You know? But it's just random acts of kindness that people do for you. It's just amazing. The Gatorade from the postman. Yay! He delivered me a Gatorade. And get to walk down this little trail here. That deer was frolicking across that field just now. I Out here frolicking with the deer. Just frolicking, listening to my book. It's been a good day, you know? I realized so much this past week how pain, or being in pain and constant pain really messes with your head. It messes with the joy of what you're doing. And at least today feet's not hurting too bad. So it's a good thing, you know? It's a good thing. I needed that. I needed this Gatorade. It's pretty how them clouds just go across that mountain. And these rolling fields are so pretty. It hasn't been a bad hike. Which everybody told me that this would be an easy hike today. And I'm doing 2 miles an hour. It's funny because it doesn't matter what the trail looks like. For the most part, 2 miles an hour is about as best as I can get. So I'm okay with that. But I did been going now for 4 hours since I left the hotel, and I've done 8.6 miles. So it's a little over 2 miles an hour, but and it's just flat, so short legs. Look at that, boy, ain't that pretty? That right there, that looks like a puzzle, don't it? Like that's your screensaver. You guys look at that screensaver right there. Let me get it the right way. Hold on. Let's get the right way. Gotta get the right angle. There you go. That's the screensaver. Alright. Well, I will chat with you guys later. As I'm walking through the hills and the rolling fields. Through the hills and the fields, I am walking and I'm talking and I'm watching the deer, 'cause they're flittering over here, and I'm having a good time drinking my Gatorade at this time. Yum, yum, yum. I'll talk to y'all in a bit. So apparently, when you get up here, there's a water source. And I got up here and I decided I would stop and eat something because I was hungry. And I turned around and I went the wrong way. And I ran into somebody I seen at the hotel this morning. And I was like, oh, did you walking south from Duncannon? He's like, no, I'm walking north. I'm always going in the wrong direction. Whew. I'm glad I seen him before I got too far. I hadn't got but about maybe 2/10 of a mile. So, anyway, I got to go up this hill. It's 1.1 miles and there's 600 feet of elevation. It still ain't like coming out of the knock. Alright. I'll talk to y'all later.